Cover Northwest Ohio. Welcome everybody. This is a great turnout. We do events like this all over the place, and this is the best turnout I've seen, especially for such a small community. I'd like to welcome Senator Gardner, Mayor Leone, the commissioners. Yeah, we've got I don't know where that is. Steve Arndt, and then Jim Sass, and anybody else from the local community that's worked on this and been involved in economic development. Appreciate you all being here. This is a great day for not just the city of Port Clinton, or excuse me, not just Northwest Ohio, but the city of Port Clinton. I've been coming out here for over 22 years as a guardsman at the Red Horse, and spend as much. Sorry, sir.
To the horse.
To the horse. Don't give me a hymn. That's something special in the horse. So yeah, I spent a lot of time when we're not training down here, and I know this community is always been working together, trying to attract business, trying not to be the parking lot to the island, try to be something more. So announcing this Small Cities program, this grant, is a great opportunity. The Small Cities grant typically goes to communities of 5,000 to 24,999 people. So this community fit within that threshold. And the program is basically to do road improvement, safety, signal on the federal aid system. ODOT provides 80% of the eligible construction costs towards the program. And historically, for the Small Cities program, the amount is $8 million annually. This year, we had 19 applicants for a total of $32.8 million worth of needs. Port Clinton will be receiving $2.34 million in federal funding for their small and one apology, I forgot to mention Hogemeyer, the folks who helped put the application together. It was a very successful application, helped make the case, the argument, why it was important to this community, and if it wasn't for them working with all of you, Greg, thank you, Hogemeyer, for and with that, that's a good segue, because these graphics were part of the application put together by the consultant, and I'll turn it over to Mayor Leone so you can talk about the impact of the community, and you might want to come over here so we can pick up on it. Yeah.
Well, thank you, everyone. I can't tell you how excited I am, and I'm very nervous, I gotta be honest with you. To get this kind of award is extremely important to the community, as you all well know. We've talked many times about how we need to redo our downtown, we need to move forward. It's going to help our businesses, our community. This ODOT's gift, and I will call it a wonderful gift that they've given us, has given us that opportunity to take those large steps. We're no longer just trying to do this job, we are actually doing it. And for that, I'm extremely grateful to ODOT and all your time and efforts and looking at our project and appreciate what we're after, what we're trying to achieve. With that, if I could, and I apologize, I'm tired, I walked around a lot, so I might do something. I just want to tell a little story, if I could. You know, back when I first was running as mayor, that was my whole campaign. Focus on downtown. How are we going to bring it back to life? We need to do that. And it was great because my good friend Chris Redford, state representative, and I were having lunch, and we walked the streets. Matter of fact, Greg Telecki, I believe, joined us that day. We took a walk down Madison Street, talked about what things, boy, I see this, I see that, you know, I'm excited, right? And then it was, you know what you need to do? You need to get the senator involved. You need to talk to Randy Gardner. Great support. He's a gentleman that really understands the value of the economic growth that this will create and what we can do for the community. He really cares about this community. So we had a little lunch. And we went over to Frisch's, and I didn't pick the place, the senator did. He doesn't like to spend a lot of money. But I will tell you, you know, the four of us, because Greg Telecki from Hogemeyer Design Group was there, along with Chris Redford, Randy Gardner, and myself. And the conversation actually, for me, was very embarrassing. Talking to the senator, you know, he says, you know, I've been waiting for the city of Port Clinton. I said, you know, I got all these visions about so many things I want to do. He said, well, where's your plan? I didn't have one. And I remember walking out that day, and I told myself, and I believe I even expressed this to you, Senator, how embarrassed I was, and I would never let it happen again. And we moved forward. And thank goodness we have a wonderful council right now. They just flat out get it. They want to see the cities thrive. They want to see them move forward. They only have one agenda for Clinton all the way. So with their blessing, they were able to give us the finances to move forward to start a plan. And obviously any plan, you need a lot of people involved, you need a lot of good input. So it was my job to select a team to put together to help me with my vision. I have a lot of great ideas, but how do we get it done? So right away I called my good friend, Laura Schlachter. Very proud of the Main Street program and what they've done and accomplished and the vision and where they're going. And totally in sync with what their vision is and their mission. So right away we put our heads together, we put together a team of people that were involved, not only as business people, residents, some city officials, to start working on it, start taking these ideas and get them here. And it was wonderful to see that all of the people involved, great ideas. And it was kind of neat for me because I'm like, wow, they're seeing what I'm seeing. They get it, they really do. And like I said, there was no other agenda, just pushing Port Clinton. So we came up with these designs, and thank goodness, Greg Telecki and his group over there have been wonderful in supporting me and understanding me as a new mayor, learning the ins and outs. Got a lot of visions, no money, right? How are we going to do this? So I was able to take these ideas and get them on these boards. And if I could, I'll just go in and just kind of explain a little bit about this project. This project, this 2.3, I don't know the exact number.
Yeah, it's 2,340,000.
Well, you can say that again over and over. I am so excited about that. Just go ahead. I love that. Okay, but basically what it does, and I apologize, this is kind of upside down. This would be Perry Street and 3rd Street way down here. This encompasses that whole area. Now, we're not just talking about the surface stuff. We've seen what happens when you just mill and fill and you do some roads, you do some quick Band-Aids. A couple years later, you got to dig it up because you broke the water line, sewer line, whatever the case may be. Well, in this case, the plan has been right in place. We will do things one time because we're going to do them right, top to bottom. On sewers, storm sewers, water lines, streets, curbs, sidewalks, underground conduit to run electrical, so we get all that ugliness, I call it ugliness, overhead, get that out of here and get it underground. So we can continue to move forward and work with Main Street and Chamber. I know we're going to be able to raise those funds, put some of those beautiful decorative lights that we have up here in those areas. So with that, just to give you a little bit better idea, it was also about economics and what can we do to help the businesses. Well, in any small town, me, myself, I ride a Harley and we go, our biggest thing is to go to these small towns and we love to get off and walk, look at the shops and all these wonderful things. And if I could, I'd just get back to back when I was campaigning, I talked about as you look, stand up here, as you look north, it's a beautiful lake and a beautiful river, it draws you there. But as we turn around, it's a little disappointing. What are we going to do to fix that? Well, what we wanted to do in this design is we wanted to extend the sidewalks 3 to 5 foot on both sides. Now, we're not going to lose any parking. We're going to narrow the road a little bit, take the angle of parking, change it just enough to accommodate the regulations. Enlarge those sidewalks so we can have more venues out there. We can help our businesses. We want to attract people, draw them to want to walk down. And I think that the help of Main Street, their vision, the group that we put together, Chamber, all those people that came together in council, God bless council, you guys have been wonderful too. They flat out get it and we move forward. This is a lot of the design. As you can see in this drawing here, we're just demonstrating how if we extend these curb lines in the sidewalk, we can buffer it with nice plants, we can take care of the trees, create more sitting area. Now I will tell you, when we first came up with this, it was kind of a harsh trial one for me because we went before the commissioners. And I was nervous. That was the first time for me, right? So we go in front of the commissioners, we propose this, we show them this plan, and we spent some time with them, and they embraced it immediately. Immediately. It was wonderful. And it was great to see that we're breaking some of those walls in the past where the city and the county were not exactly working together. Now I can honestly say we are. And here's the result. And it's a wonderful result. We are moving forward. No more trying, we're doing. A little special thanks, Commissioner Steve Arndt he took the time out to go with me to go meet with the other folks from ODOT, help me explain this project, talk about the market study with me, to show that we're in this together. This is not just the mayor, it's not just council, it's not just the county. We're all together in this, and we are going to move the city forward. So I'm very grateful. And Senator Gardner did not hesitate. He put his 2 cents. When he sees something good, he knows to jump on that and really put his 2 cents, help push that. For that, I am extremely, extremely grateful. And mouth's getting dry. I'm going to shut up. You're probably like, yeah, good. But I would really like to have Senator, if you would, come on up and say a few words. We would appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I just got a text from Chris Redford. He said he had 10-minute speech, and then I could give it for him. Not to worry. First of all, ODOT gets demands to be a lot of places, and there are a lot of demands in this state and in this region for this grant and other grants, and there's certainly not as much money in the Department of Transportation as there are requests. So I don't want to take this for granted. Thank you for listening. Thanks to Central Office. I think from the very beginning, they saw the value in this and the potential, the energy in this city, the potential for not only this project, but also what it can do to continue to grow Port Clinton and to not only help the governments working together, but the private sector businesses that can stay in business or perhaps expand and continue to employ people. How many of you represent a small business or in this community? So, thank you for what you do, because if it wasn't for our private sector businesses, we wouldn't have the funds to be able to try to help our communities. So this is about a lot of people coming together, but I do want to specifically thank the Department of Transportation for the decision. And again, it's not necessarily an easy one, but there are a lot of requests. But I guess I had forgotten, honestly, Mayor, our first meeting on this. I think you're right, it went about like that. But the frustration is sometimes in communities, there are lots of reasons when you serve in public office and you're working with others to find reasons to say no. And there may even be people in this community that are wondering about what this might mean, because it will mean some change. And change is not always easy to accept. But if you're going to really represent the communities, and this is one aspect of the job that I love to do, is be part of something that might really move a community forward. If you're going to be involved in that, you have to reach out and try new things. And so I'm especially pleased that the council, the county commissioners, the private sector seems to be coming together in a strong way to really help the city. And I'm always proud to represent Ottawa County and Port Clinton in the state senate, but especially on days like this when we can see the future. And it was supposed to be overcast and cloudy, and then the sun came out right about 11 o'clock, and that bodes well for the future of Port Clinton. And thank you all for allowing me to be a part of it. Thank you.
I'll just like to wrap this up. I mean, I'm excited about this, considering that there are 88 counties in Ohio, and a county in my district, more than 25% of the small cities fund. So, big victory for you. You guys are proof of what community coming together, working with a plan, working with a vision. That's what leadership is taking from the vision to the execution. So thank you, Mayor, for your leadership in bringing this money to our part of the state. Not just going around talking about things that are going on the interstate system in Wood and Lucas County, but I finally have a big news story out here. And I'm glad to be out here to share it with you. So with that, I appreciate everybody coming out, all the business owners, all the elected officials, and to the horse.